this game ends up going the distance here, simply Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to week 1 and indeed game 1 of The Hot Seat, sponsored by DingIt TV, and spawning in the 5 o'clock position, referencing the Happy Meal that I don't even know if I owe him one or he owes me one now. He plays for Team Acer and is a pretty sturdy European Zerg. He is Acer Bly. His opponent spawning in a 1 o'clock position as the yellow Zerg player for mYinsanity, currently in WCS, a Premier League. It's Petraeus. And these overlords in the middle here are going to be able to catch each other immediately upon sending out, so they will know each other's spawn locations exactly now. There we go. And they'll know to reroute their overlords appropriately to obtain that early game starting information. We've got no early pulls from either player at this moment in time. So the game's going to be starting out pretty chilled out. Nothing really much to talk about in the early game. In this ZVZ, what you're looking for is who decides to go hatchery first, who's going to be going for that spawning pool first. Do we see any sneaky early pulls? Have we got gas timings that want to go for super quick speedling or with banelings kind of early game aggression here? And we can see Bly is going to be opting to go for the hatchery first here, and conversely over on the other side of the map, Petraeus has instead decided to go for that pool first, just being a little bit safer. And this overlord's actually going to spot that the hatchery's going down now, and that's actually going to tell Bly all he needs to know, because his hatchery's already down. It's about halfway complete now, and he knows, hang on a second, with this timing you've obviously started a spawning pool first, so there's going to be no major surprise. Now the main difference between these kind of builds is that the faster spawning pool from Petraeus will let him get a queen out earlier on, so he'll be able to inject his hatcheries just that little bit faster and get more larvae. Now of course at Bly's end, well, he's actually got a second hatchery, so he's going to have 2 hatcheries producing larvae a little bit sooner. So the 2 openings, once both players get 2 queens out, really going to even out to approximately the same. If there's any economic advantage for the player that's going hatch first, it's super minimal, and it's generally regarded as, give or take, equivalent to each other. So we can see the player's overlords getting in position now. Bly going to be keeping an overlord near or nearabouts a natural expansion in case any buildings decide to pop up behind the mineral line here to try and hide some tech. And we can see the same thing going on here behind the main mineral line from Petraeus' point of view, although this overlord's going to take a little while before it gets there. Now there's nothing that shoots up that's on the field at the moment except for queens, but you don't really want to be venturing too far off creep, so that's not really a concern right now, and I think we should basically be fine. A little bit of skirmish at the beginning of the game, some pretty cute micro means that 2 Zerglings, 1 from each player, end up being a hit from death, but it's not going to matter on this particular occasion. We can see the Stegosaurus lings there from Bly, chasing down the ling of Petraeus. In fact, you gotta like the little sail on their back. I really do. And of course, once speed is researched, that's all going to change. You can see it's about 2/3 of the way down now for the Team Acer player. And Petraeus right now, well, not too much going on in terms of what tech he's chosen. He's taking his 2 gases inside his main base now. It's not going to be a super aggressive early game play. He's in fact even cancelling one of the gases. So really going for macro heavy early on. Hasn't even transferred any drones here yet. He's doing nothing but obtaining those minerals. Bly, on the other hand, he has been mining from his 1 gas for roughly the amount of time his spawning pool's been up as well. So he has some gas to play with here, and he's actually using it, you can see, to grab a very early lair. Now we've got a nice little bit of blocking there from a couple of queens, trying to stop the Zerglings from going up into the base here, and does successfully defend against it. The Roach Warren's going to become part of this wall, so ideally he doesn't want to cancel, and he's got a Spine Crawler here as well. So Bly's aggression here really is going to come to an end, but loving the fact that Petraeus saw this and managed to get his queens in place. One of them did die off. It's not too much of a hassle though. Look, the resources lost almost exactly the same, 181 each just now, and those lings are realizing now that there's actually going to be no additional purchase made here. We've got the layer on the way now for Petraeus as well. Bly's going up to 400 gas. I'm really interested to see where this is all going. Okay, he's got the Spire going down now as well. There's going to be a lot of mutas because he's starting this Spire with 200 gas already there. So he obviously invested a lot of minerals in trying to get these Zerglings out in front of Petraeus' face early on in the game. And perhaps that delayed his Spire just a little bit. We'll see if it's bought Petraeus enough time to be able to comfortably defend against this kind of play. Whew. Well, the Spire's about halfway done, but the layer's almost complete now as well for Petraeus. And the Overseer from Bly is going to be able to spot this as well. He obviously has to go for the mutas now. He's made the switch. He's committed to the tech. He's all the way up to 600 gas. So he's not mining as aggressively. He's gone up to all 4. But the initial burst of Mutalisks isn't going to quite be as scary as we feared. It looks like it's going to be in the region of 9 by the looks of the timing here on this Spire. And, ooh, the Queen's actually going out to the edge of creep. Nice transfuse there from Petraeus. Bly trying to do as much as he can, targeting the Queen with the most energy first. It looks like he's going to get 1. Yes, he does successfully get 1 more Queen, but at the cost of all of the Zerglings that he had out on the map. And in the meantime, look at how many Roaches Petraeus has out on the field now. 8 and counting as the first Mutalisks begin to be produced from Bly's point of view. He's got 6 on the way, but he's still got 400 gas. So he's banking that up. He could just go for another round as soon as he's got more lava available. There we go. Instantaneously, 10 mutas now. And we have a Nidus play coming out from Petraeus. We've got Nidus and Roach, as you can see, they're surrounding it inside the main base. This is only game 1 of the best of 9, guys, and we're already seeing some fireworks. Is this going to be enough to earn him the win in game number 1? Here comes Petraeus. There is the Nidus network. Bly is looking everywhere for this Nidus worm right now. He cannot see it. And here come the Queens and the Roaches. Now, there are a decent number of Mutalisks on the field. Let's keep an eye on them. It's 10 Mutas right now, 17 Roaches, and a lot of Queens going towards it. The Mutas have found the Nidus network, and they are going to be shutting it down. But here comes the army. Will the Mutas actually be able to stop this? 4 Queens are pretty reliable anti-air force right now. What is Bly going to be building to compensate for this? We've got 3 Mutalisks and an additional 10 Lings, and here we go. The Lings surrounding the Queens and completely ignoring the Roaches. He knows that if the Queens go down, the Roaches will eventually go down as well. And Petraeus is now moving into natural expansion, trying to get as much damage done as possible. But there is nothing in this army for our yellow Zerg that shoots up. Number of workers killed at the moment, just 3. As these Lings and Mutalisks combined will be able to clean up the Roaches, and Bly is going to move ahead in supply, although not by much. 72-73 at the moment. A lot of production going on at home right now, and that's because these Roaches here are trying to take out the Spire, and he just wants to resupply. And that's exactly, well, he's just resupplying with a lot of drones and more Queens, to be perfectly honest. He's teching up to Hive Tech. He's saying, I just want to use static defense to defend against these Mutalisks. You can't make any more. I've taken out your Spire. What are you going to do about it? So as it stands, 73-53 supply. Bly is comfortably ahead here, but Petraeus, well, he's going up to... he's just continuously teching up. He's got more workers. He's got 42-32 right now. And I honestly don't know. I mean, he's building another Roach Warren. You can tell that's a panic move, because here's the Roach Warren. He doesn't actually need a second one right now. I wonder if he meant something else. The Infestation Pit is out. Pathogen Glands is on the way, and he's going to try and get those Infestors out ASAP. Bly, at the moment, though, doing a good job harassing with the Mutalisks. He's going to have to do more, though, than pick off an Extractor if he wants to win the game. An excellent placement of that Spore Crawler means really, really good harassment here of the Mutalisks, and that's actually about all the damage he can do. Yes, Bly's really ahead in supply, but don't forget, Petraeus was mining quite a lot. Okay, this, the worker count is now even, but these mutas can't exactly kill off the base. And Petraeus really he's just doing a lot of really good resistance right now. 4 Infestors are on the way, and Bly's going to use this opportunity to get ahead in the drone count and to grab himself a 3rd base. And this is really what's going to be mattering. Basically, 5 minutes down the line, he's going to be mining a lot more, and it's sort of, the ball's kind of in Petraeus' court now to see what kind of value he can get out of these Infestors. And if he's able to do that, then he's going to be in a very, very steady, very, very strong position for the mid-game here. A couple of Roaches popping out, trying to get sniped off by the Mutalisks. One of them does go down. Now the Queens actually are being targeted down. Good transfuses, trying to bait the Mutalisks here into the Spore Crawlers. The number of them still out on the field is 11, by the way, so quite sizable. Where are the Infestors? Are they hit squatting it up? There is another Nidus Network. Yes! Wow. The Infestors are just going to be hit squatting. I think this is a bit of a YOLO push coming out here from Petraeus, because that's not leaving him with very much to defend with at home. And now the layer can get picked off as well. Petraeus needs to do a lot of damage with this push, and I wonder if he should have had a fungal growth or two to slow these Mutalisks down. He needs a little bit of static defense. He maybe needs to reroute a Spore Crawler so that this layer doesn't go down. Okay, that's exactly what he's doing. You can see another one over here, and he's going to move along and put it down. But, oh, this layer is so close to dying right now. I'm not sure. One more Muta goes down. This layer, though, at the same time, this third base is going down. The Roaches will be able to take that out. Here come the Infestors as well. More Roaches going in the natural expansion. Both players at each other's throws. 110 supply to 128 in Bly's favor. Bly takes out the layer, and he is now moving back across the map with his Mutalisks. How much damage can Petraeus do? It's Roach versus Roach with Infestor support here. He's trying to move into the concave, set up at the top of the ramp, but there are 4 Spine Crawlers here from Bly. I'm not sure this is going to be enough by any stretch of the imagination. GG! And Acer Bly, ladies and gentlemen, wins game number 1 of this best of 9.